Hi guys, it's me. I'm back again with a little bit of something a little, I guess you could say, kind of different this time. I've done one other of these before. I'm going to start doing them more regularly, usually about once a month. What I'm currently doing is a pickup video. I know this is something that usually happens on YouTube and things of that nature, more of a recorded format, but I like doing things a little bit differently. I don't like sticking in the grain very much, and so to speak. So what this video is going to be, or this stream, if you're currently watching on Twitch, video if you're watching on YouTube, because I upload everything later onto YouTube, usually within a day or so. This is pickups video and also a channel update of sorts. Pickups portion of it will be at the beginning, directly after I get done doing this intro. Then the channel update will be towards the end of it, just a little prior to my outro, my usual spiel telling you where to find me, follow, like, subscribe, whatever, all that good groovy bullshit, you know, everybody that hopes they get big one day. I don't really care if I get big, but it would be nice. But as of right now, I just do this as a hobby. Anyway, I'm rambling, I'm digressing. Let us segue to the pickup part of this. As you can pretty well tell, my studio, as you would call it, my makeshift studio, it's game room, studio. I don't quite know what you would quite classify it as. As you can see, it's quite kind of in shambles right now. That's due to the fact of I'm actually going through and inventorying all my games. Every single one. I'm also going to be inventorying all my systems, everything that has to do with my video game stuff, and things like that. I'm getting tired of buying doubles of things. I actually purchased a double of Gundam Journey to Jaburo the other day, and that kind of pissed me off a little bit and reminded me of the reason why I'm doing inventory. Anyway, I found a really cool app on the Apple Store. It's called My Stuff 2, and I'm by no means sponsored, but on the off chance that somebody that has worked on this likes my stream and that stuff, I'm no way sponsored, but if you would like to, I'll put in a good word for you. This app is really nice. There's no real good way of actually displaying that up right now, but it's really nice. I would highly recommend it. It's what I've actually been using. It has a barcode scanning part to it. It lets me quickly get my games in and everything. Really cool, really interesting, very intuitive. I was very surprised. Most apps like that I do not like at all, and they just don't do what I need. This is coming from somebody that was doing inventorying, pen and paper, so to speak. I would write all my titles and everything down in WordPad on my computer, and it was just such a pain to update all the time. But this is really easy. It's on my phone. I can take pictures. I can do whatever I need. It gives me the everything, all the information I need for it right there as soon as I scan it. It's really nice. If you have an iPod or an iPad or an iPhone, some kind of iProduct that will accept it, and you have a quite extensive game collection like I do, I would highly recommend getting it. It's like $5, and it is well worth it, man. I mean, really and truthfully, it is really worth it. But yeah, that's all for that little spiel about it. On to equipment that I've purchased. I haven't really purchased a lot of equipment this month. what I have has been really, really nice. As you can tell, my video quality is a little better than what it has been. That's because I purchased a new camera. I mean, you can definitely tell the video quality going from what it was to this. This is really, really grainy. It's on a really, really shoddy camera, and it sucks. I hate it, but it's what I can afford right now. So we're gonna go back to what actually looks a lot better. And actually was able to purchase a handy little tripod for it. $20. The camera I'm using is actually just a standard Logitech webcam. They advertised it as a business class. It is the Logitech webcam C930E. It displays at 1080p at 30 and 720p at 60. It's got a really good mic. It's a really, really good camera. I really like it. Does really well. I'm gonna kind of break the fourth wall a little bit. That's actually it there. And I gave about $80 for it. And for being what it is, it's actually really good. Revis Island 24. Hola. ¿Cómo estás, mi amigo? I know a little bit of Spanish. It doesn't really sound too good through a southern drawl, but hey. How you doing? But yeah, got that. It's really cool. I've also been doing some retro streaming. If you saw my Evil Dead Regeneration Boomstick Buddies stream, Quatenary. Yeah. I can't really read a whole lot of Spanish, but I am slightly bilingual. Very, very poorly. I'm making an ass of myself right now. But anyway, my Evil Dead stream was done off of pure composite, standard definition video signal. And I will admit, it did not look as good as it should have. It actually really, really sucked. So FrameMasters are extremely expensive. They are like in the $400 range, and yes, I make good money right now, but I don't make that good to justify spending $400 on that. I would rather get like a Super Mario Odyssey Nintendo Switch edition. Oh no, I'm having to think about that. Anyway, so what I wound up doing, my local Walmart actually sold something. It's made by Black Web, and it's actually pretty decent. I haven't been able to really do a whole lot of recording with it, but it's made by Black Web, and it's a composite S-video to HDMI converter upscaler. And what it does, it will take your composite video and upscale it to 1080i. Notice they say it says on the box 1080 HD. It doesn't say what kind of 1080 it does. It's actually 1080i. It's 1080 interlaced, which is not as good as 1080p, but it is better than 480i or 240p. It actually displays a lot better and actually looks a lot better for my recording. So I purchased that, and it actually seems to work decent. Revis Island 24 says you play card games. Yes, I do. I actually play Magic the Gathering, and I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! A little bit when I was a kid. I play Magic a fair bit, not as much as I used to. I own a quite extensive Magic collection. Everything from uh, 2011 core to, where did I stop at? Eldritch Moon, I think, is where I left off at. I stopped collecting right then. I decided if I was going to make anything, if I was going to make decks or anything of that nature, I was going to wind up just handpicking stuff. It was getting to be too expensive to try to keep up with things. No, I have not gotten the new one. It didn't really interest me all that much. Like I was saying, it was really starting to get too expensive to keep up with it, Magic, and try to keep up with my game collecting and things like that. But I have kept up with some of the newer cards. Some of the newer cards really do look nice. Friend of mine, what was it? Got some stuff from Hour of Devastation that looked like it was really cool, but I haven't really looked into it really deeply. I generally play a red-white artifact and a red-blue control is what I generally play. But yeah, that's it as far as equipment that I picked up this month. I got a good Planeswalker, really. But that's it as far as my equipment pickups this month. I haven't really been able to pick up a whole lot of new stuff as far as equipment. Now, as far as like books and anime that I've picked up, remember last month, anybody that's watched this has seen that I got first 3 volumes of Berserk. Now I've got I got 4 and 5, and they were really, really good. This follows 4 and 5 starts the Golden Age arc. A lot of people know it is the time of when Guts is growing up. It shows him as a child being picked up by Gambino and raised by Gambino, and how he becomes a mercenary, how he eventually becomes a part of the Band of the Hawk, and it's really, really good so far. I've really liked it. I need to get some more of it, but books are expensive. They're like $10 a piece. Now, the Vampire deck is really good. Unstoppable. A lot of good Vampire decks are. Captivating Vampire is really good. I like it. I was actually able to find this out in storage. It's not exactly a pickup, but any kid from the 90s remember how big Pokemon was back in the day. Pokemon was freaking huge. And yeah, I was that little kid that enjoyed the fuck out of it. And I thought it was cool to that I found again. I mean, it was really neat. It goes over the original 151, including Mew, Mewtwo. Has every single Pokemon of the original 90s version, the original 151. It's actually surprisingly in good shape. I was surprised to find it in such good shape in storage. Even has the poster with all the 151 in it. So that was really nice to find again. It really made my day, and it's shiny. So yeah, I was glad to find that. NFL. No, I don't do football, man. I might be Southern, but there's 2 things in this world that I don't do, and that's NFL and NASCAR. I hate NASCAR. NASCAR, I'm sorry, is stupid to me. I mean, I know I'm going to break a lot of people's hearts, but I do not like it. Do not like it at all. Left turn, left turn, left turn. In NFL, football, I just don't care much for it unless I'm actually playing football. I don't care to watch it. It bores me way too much. Now, give me some NFL Blitz, I'll play you some NFL. I love the original NFL Blitz on PlayStation. Now, I'm just not a big sports guy. Never have been. I mean, I like the talent that goes into it. It's like watching wrestling for me. I watch wrestling every once in a while. I respect the talent to do it, the amount of athleticism it takes, the everything there is to it, the strategy behind it and everything, but I just don't, it doesn't appeal to me unless I'm actually physically playing it in real life. And then I don't like it too much. It's not something I'll go out and actually sit and watch. Yeah, I used to watch it some back in the day. I don't watch it as much now. I like the games. I've enjoyed the games when I was younger, but it's not something that I keep up with as much anymore. It's not something that is readily available to me. I see it every once in a while on Facebook or something like that. Back when I was a senior in high school, I used to watch it a decent bit. That's the last time I ever really kind of got into it. But since you like Magic, and people that know me know I like D&D, I just picked these babies up for pretty cheap. It's a, well, Player's Guide, Dungeon Master Guide, and Monster Manual. See, Jesus does exist. Shifty Ghost 141. Metro Memer. Checkmate Atheist. Okay, who's the atheist? Checkmate Atheist. Anyway, picked up a Dungeon Master Guide, a Player's Handbook, and a Monster Manual. All for 5th edition. I paid like $50 for it, and I'm hoping to be playing it here soon. I really like D&D. I'm not able to play it very much, but it's something I'd like to be playing more. I've got all kinds of Pathfinder books. Do I read them? Well, I mean, I kind of have to read them in order to play them with other people. I mean, I've got a decent bit of do I play Magic often? I do occasionally. Me and some of my friends will get together and we'll sit and play every once in a while. Let me see. Have you ever played RuneScape? No, I have not. I'm not really big into MMOs. I do like them in some ways I don't. The biggest MMO that I've played has been Warframe. That's one that really, really got me into playing an MMO style game. I really like it. I've played WoW a fair bit. I haven't really gotten into it too heavy. Another MMO that I played was probably The Division. The Division, Tom Clancy's Division, was really good. I have an Xbox 360 and an original Xbox. I no longer own an Xbox One. I have a high-end gaming PC, so I couldn't really justify really having an Xbox One where I could play the games on my PC. There's not really enough exclusives to really warrant me having an Xbox One. I think I do kind of need to get back to World of Warcraft, though, and play it a little bit more. I need to at least get one character up to 100. I've got a level 45 Blood Elf Paladin that I need to get up to max level eventually. One of these days, sometime, that'll be on my to-do list, along with a lot of other things in life. But yeah. As a lot of people have seen me on social media, on Twitter and my Facebook page, because Xbox One has Magic and you play others. Yeah, that'd be should be Magic Duels. I don't think Xbox One has um, like Magic 2012 or 2015 or anything like that on it. Not that I can remember anyway. I have to look into that. But I do play. I do have Magic Duels on PC, and I have like 2013 on up on PC. If anybody would like to play me sometime, I don't care as far as that goes. I also don't know if anybody's heard, but they are releasing a new Magic game on PC called Magic Arena. And that looks like it's going to be really good. It's going to be kind of like a cross between the Magic Online, you know, like the actual digital version of it, and something like Duels of the Planeswalkers. It's going to be, looks to me kind of like a cross of it. If you're interested in that, and I'm no by way sponsored by them in any way, shape, or form, I've got to preface that. But if you're interested in playing it, they are doing sign-ups for the closed betas. If you're interested in that, go to Wizards website, sign up for it. And from what I've read, if you played Magic Duels or played in the latest pre-release, I think it was, and there was one other, had a Magic Online account, I think is what it was. You could actually sign up, enter your information for one of those three things, and you could get early beta access, which I thought was pretty neat. Of course, my Magic Duels has been down for so long, and I haven't played a pre-release for frickin' ever, that I wasn't really eligible for beta access, other than when everybody else gets beta access. But when I do get that, I will be streaming it. I'm really looking forward to it. But anybody that's seen me on social media has seen that I've been on a big Gundam kick as of late. I don't have the first half to it. I do own it. But I was actually able to get Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam. Let me get the glare off of it. Both the collections. It's the whole of the original Mobile Suit Gundam, uncut and dubbed, along with the original Japanese audio with English subtitles. I've been watching this, and it's actually really, really, really good. I've really enjoyed it so far. You can really see why it's become a cornerstone of the whole... No, I do not own a Black Lotus. I wish I did. Oh my god, that'd be great. But you can really see why this is a cornerstone of anime. You can see how the whole Gundam franchise got started and everything. And it's really awesome. And you own 3? Yikes. And also I've been collecting up some kits to do live on stream as well. Some Gundam kits to do for that. And all 3 of them would include my full armor 7th Gundam, which is really cool. This is actually featured off of a game. Don't know which one exactly, I can't remember off the top of my head. It's a really odd, kind of really out there model kit, and something right on the very fringes of the whole Mobile Suit Gundam lore. But it looked like it'd be really, really cool to put together. It kind of looks a little bit like a Mark II, and the original 78 FA had a love child. Kind of neat. Looked really cool. So I managed to snag it up. And then a lot of people that know the more famous side stories, such as Missing Link, or the actual original Gundam side story that come out on the Saturn, and the manga version of it, will know the Blue Destiny Unit 1 model. This includes the original manga version and the actual video game version, plus the exam system, lenses, and everything to make it look like it's an exam mode. Really neat. The one I've been wanting to do for a while. You got any of them funny magic cards that say do like 10 jumping jacks? Yes, I actually have some unhinged unglued. I actually bought a collection a long time ago that had some had a full art foiled mountain from Unhinged. I was able to sell that off for a pretty penny. I actually really like those full art lands. Then as far as the last kit, we got a GM Sniper K9. This is from Gundam Build Fighters. It looked like it'd be a pretty cool kit. All the little gimmicks and everything that come with it. It's got a big freaking gun on it. Looked pretty cool. So I managed to pick it up for like 20 bucks. Most of these kits didn't really run me a lot. They run me like 15 bucks maybe, if that. So I mean, I'm gonna have plenty to do. I've also got, I didn't pick them up this month, but I got a Forever Gundam that I'm going to be doing, and some things like that. Where my magic cards, they're actually not in this room. They're not something that I really use for my streaming. This is more for my video games and various other things like that. But I may maybe have some friends over sometime and see about streaming some of our Magic games. I know we're going to be doing D&D before long. I've been toying with the idea of actually live streaming that. I don't know if I will. There's a lot of rule Nazis out there for D&D. And yeah, not everybody realizes house rules. But yeah, I might consider playing some Magic on my live stream sometime. I own all 4 of the original Arch Enemy sets. I own a pretty fair bit of Magic stuff. Like about a good 5-6 year chunk of Magic history. But that's it as far as like the non-video game related stuff. Now we're going to start getting into a little bit more video game related things. These are some pre-order bonuses that GameStop was just throwing away that I managed to acquire. I'm going to done describing kids. It smells funny. But anyway, that's this little pink plushy thing. I don't know what it is exactly, what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be from, it says on the back right here, from Akiba's Beat. I need to find out more about the game, but it's called Pinkun. Do not wash, as it may cause deformation, deterioration, or loss of color. Keep away from infants, as swallowing may cause serious injury or death. Huh. Well, I guess that one. Anyway, there's that. Assassin's Creed Origins pin. I need to find something to do with that. I mean, overall it's kind of neat. I think the Assassin's Creed series is kind of overstayed its welcome. That franchise has gotten so tired. I mean, just nobody cares anymore. I was talking to a friend of mine, he works at GameStop, and he said that they're just, Origins just didn't sell worth a crap this time. Everybody's so tired of Ubisoft's crap selling broken games. They're getting about as bad as Activision about beating a dead horse. And I don't know. I got so disenchanted with Assassin's Creed so long ago. Then found the soundtrack to Summon Night 6 Lost Borders. I have no idea what this game is. I don't even know what platform it's for. It's a soundtrack. I have a fetish for soundtracks. So I was like, why the hell not? I mean, it's a 31 track soundtrack. You don't really see full-size soundtracks hardly anymore. Most of the time they're samplers. So I mean, that was kind of neat to get. But the really, really cool thing is the Metroid Samus Returns keyring. These are actually pretty desirable. As of recording and streaming right now, these are going for like 15-20 bucks a pop on eBay. And it's really cool to have this because it goes with... Okay, I'm making an ass of myself because that's what makes it really cool. Got it with the Assassin's Creed. Sorry, Metroid Samus Returns Special Edition. This comes with a soundtrack, the game. This nice, pretty box. It's shiny. You know, us ADD kids like shiny things. Boy, do I like shiny. It's pretty cool. So yeah, to have these two things together was really, really freaking neat. I would actually like to be able to find the what is it called? The Legacy Edition that has like a reproduction of the original Samus Returns for Game Boy, the soundtrack, a whole bunch of stuff with it. So I would like to have that, but I mean, I'll settle for this. This is really neat. It's supposed to be a really good game too, from what I've been hearing. Rebus Island. Yeah, I got the new Assassin's Creed. I don't like it. Have not liked their games. Yeah, like I said before, I haven't really liked an Assassin's Creed since the first game. Well, first and second game. They've just kind of... They got on the hype train, and I did not like the hype train whatsoever. Once everybody boarded on that thing, I just... No. Do I play Gears of War? Yeah, I used to play the hell out of some Gears of War. If you couldn't tell, I've got Gears of War 3 Xbox 360. That's the box set over there. I've got Gears of War 1 and 2. I've actually got the Epic Edition to 3. But it's in bad shape. I actually got it. Well, the reason why I got it really cheap is because it was in bad shape. The statue's not... It's broken one spot and it's missing a few parts. But I mean, it's still cool to have. I'm actually considering selling that here before long and actually getting a better copy of it. But yeah, I play Gears of War. I really like it. It's always been one of my favorites. I haven't played 4 yet. I need to sit down and play it here eventually. I would like to play through the whole of the series, stream it, then do some stuff with 4. But that's it as far as the Metroid. Then I've managed to pick up a little game called The Sexy Brutale. What drew my attention to this is actually a GameStop exclusive, from what I was told. And what I understand of it, you control time. You're stuck in kind of like a Groundhog Day situation, and you kind of roll through, and you're trying to prevent these murders. What was really cool about this, what made me kind of want to get the physical version of it, is 20 bucks. Relatively cheap. Especially considering GameStop is the only place that can sell a physical version of it right now. And what's neat is it comes with a special manual that is actually an art book. Comes with the game, and as I stated before, I have a fetish for soundtracks, and it comes with a soundtrack. So pretty neat fun. It's just, I like odd things. I'm a little eccentric myself, so I like little eccentric things as well. Call of Duty. I used to play Call of Duty back in the day. I haven't played one since Ghost. Ghost was, to me, the last decent one. After that, I just kind of fell off of Call of Duty. It just became recycled garbage to me. I really enjoyed Black Ops and Modern 2. I've actually got the countdown clock from my Blockbuster at the time that when I purchased my Call of Duty, I put my name on it and I actually got it. The original Black Ops was really good. Black Ops 2, I didn't care much for. 3, I just... ugh. The greatest username, the last one I played is Black Ops 2. Yeah, I played Ghost more than I did Black Ops 2. As you can see, I've actually got the Call of Duty Ghost Call of Duty Ghost limited edition down there, or the hardened, I think is what it is. Revis Island, like Black Ops 3. 3 was okay, it just didn't feel like a Call of Duty to me. Had they marketed it as something else, I would have probably liked it more. It just, The new one looks decent. World War II, I'm kind of eager for them to get back to the original boots on the ground design that they had. I really, really enjoyed it when it was Modern 2. Played Modern 3 a fair bit. Liked it. It was okay. But Modern 2, the way 2 was balanced, aside from the Kimbo 1887s, aside from those, that game was really, really good. Greatest username, I was over the futuristic games. Yeah, I mean, I got Infinite Warfare. It was fair enough. I played a few rounds of it. It was okay. The Modern Remaster was okay. Revis Island. What about Battlefield? Yes, I liked Battlefield. I'm more of a Battlefield fan. I really enjoyed Bad Company 1, 2. Then I liked Battlefield 3. Those was when I was in my heyday, when I was playing those. I really enjoyed them. 4 was... I had a love-hate relationship with 4. 4 was just so buggy when it came out, and I hate the loot boxes. I mean, the microtransaction crap is bullshit. I mean, me personally. But I like Battlefield. Battlefield 1 was fair. I liked it. Played it for a while. Then it just became a sniping fit, and I didn't like it anymore. Fuck Life 3553 is now following. Well, thank you. I was terrible at Battlefield, but it was fun flying around. Yeah, I actually liked the flying mechanics of it, except when you had a helicopter. Hey, fuck Life 3553, no problem. Hey, man, every follow helps, guys. I appreciate anybody that follows. Anybody that follows, donates, whatever, you're going to receive an appreciation from me myself, and also my stream, because it'll pop it up. We've got a lot of really cool alert icons, by the way, if you ever want to check them out. But anyway, moving on. What's your guys' thought on this one? Deus Ex Human Revolution. I managed to pick up the collector edition of it for really cheap. I got it for like $11. I was super surprised. I mean, cool, kind of looking forward to it. I forgot what I was going to say. But anyway, this was a game that I picked up, and it I played it a long time ago when it first came out. Didn't care much for it, but the reason why I picked it up was because it was relatively cheap. I paid $11 for it. I haven't quite seen a collector edition of this. Do I play these games? Yeah. Yeah, everything you've seen right here, I have played at least a little bit of. And a fair bit of them I've actually beat. I've been a gamer since I was 5. I didn't really start collecting until I was about 20, 18 or 20 when I got my first job and really started making some money. That's a crazy room, damn. Well, thank you. But this is my childhood collection. I've been collecting technically since I was 5. Got hardcore collecting when I got my first job. Most of this is after I got my first job. I just continued on and just collected more and more and more. Yeah. I've got everything but the niche consoles, such as like a Neo Geo, AES, or a PC Engine, or something like that. I've got pretty well everything. Anything that I'll go ahead and put this out as well. Anybody that would like to put a request in, that's the reason why I'm doing my inventory right now, is anybody that wants to see a specific game, more than likely I've got it. Unless it's really, really far out there. Put this out to you right now. If there's a game you want to see played that you've never had the joy of playing yourself or something like that, come watch me play it. Put in a request. Be like, hey, you have this game. I'd like to see it played. Let me know. I'll play it live on stream for you. If you really want to see what it's like and everything, I'll give you an honest review of it. That's kind of what my channel's going to be like. That's what my YouTube channel's going to be like. That's what my Twitch channel's going to be like. Did I see the new Spider-Man coming out? Yes, that looks freaking amazing aside from the light on his costume. For some reason that bugs me. I don't know why, but it looks really, really good. It's really neat looking how they've done him. I don't like his aesthetic, but I enjoy how they're portraying Spider-Man. It's, what is that? Insomniac's coming out with that, isn't it? Pretty sure that's Insomniac. Yeah, it's Insomniac, not Naughty Dog. I was thinking it's Naughty Dog for a second. Naughty Dog is coming out with Last of Us Part 2. But anyway, moving on with this. Deus Ex Human Revolution Augmented Edition. Actually comes with... No, I have not seen the new Spider-Man movie yet. My dad was telling me about it. It's actually really good. The Human Revolution manual. It's just a standard manual that would have come in the original game. Then you have the original game disc. Then you have the bonus features. And this includes, the whole thing I don't like about this is a Blu-ray, and you don't have an actual soundtrack disc. The soundtrack is actually on this, so it's kind of for me. It'll make it really hard for me to actually get the soundtrack off this. I'll have to actually play them and record it through my XSplit, and big pain in the dick. So you have that. Then you've also got a little interesting art book. Probably one of the thinnest art books I've ever seen in my life. I don't know. Yeah, you can see it at that angle. But it includes some really neat concept art. I mean, it's pretty interesting stuff. I'm not a big Deus Ex fan, but it's interesting. It's something... I like interesting stuff, so I figured it'd be nice, considering how cheap it was, to put it in my collection. Does DC come out with games other than the Batman ones? Not really, guys. I mean, I'm sorry to any DC fanboys out there, but I mean, really and truthfully, right now, it's all DC's got is Batman. As far as like, I don't really even know much about the New 52. Well, I know after Convergence they got rid of New 52 and kind of combined the worlds back in a hodgepodge, like they did a kind of thing with Superman of Earth 1 with the New 52 Superman doing like Piccolo and Nail and combining and making one singular entity. I don't know, it's weird. I don't keep up with DC. I'm not a DC fanboy, I'm a Marvel fanboy. I'm not bashing DC because a lot of my Marvel guys actually went and is running DC now, like Jim Lee. Do I play Mortal Kombat? Yeah, I'm not really big into it, but I do like Mortal Kombat. I played Mortal Kombat X a fair bit. Really liked it. I've got the complete edition on Steam. I've got the basic on PS4. I really like it. I need to play it some more. I'm not pro level or anything. I'm average. Get me on Street Fighter, I'm a little above average. I'm nowhere near pro level. Freaking love it though. I love fighting games. That's what I've been hearing. DC has better TV shows. Marvel definitely has the better movies. I will agree with you there. Batman vs Superman was I mean, at best. I liked it, but as a movie, it just... I mean, Doomsday looks like freaking Sloth from the Goonies. I mean, come on, guys. He's not big and bulky and spiny enough to be Doomsday. He looks like Doomsday's inbred cousin. Very careful about talking about inbreeding coming from the South. But yeah. So, yeah, that's the thing. I will give you that. Marvel definitely has the better movies. I love DC and wanted to walk out of that movie. I liked it, but it's so poorly edited. I mean, it was piss poorly edited. It's... Hey, Reeves Island. Thanks for the follow, dude. But yeah, it was so poorly edited. I like what it did for DC, because it's the best DC movie they've had in a long time. But it just... They were pulling from so many things. They were pulling from Flashpoint. They were pulling from Crisis on Infinite Earths. And just dumping it all into one movie that's 2 or 3 hours long. They made it a segue to Wonder Woman. Yeah, they did. I mean, it was really... It's something that should have been 2 or 3 movies. They should give it the Lord of the Rings treatment, done it right. But no, because the heads at Warner Brothers want to be freaking dicks and try to compete with Marvel, where Marvel's been making this great big continuity, and DC's like, okay, we got to do that. We got to make that money. We got to have it. So we're going to speed up the process. We're going to make one movie with 9 hours of content. And we're going to edit it down 2 or 3 hours. And Martha is the selective word of that movie. Keeps Batman from getting his ass kicked. Yeah. Anyway, moving on, guys. So, I was actually, you heard me talking about going through my storage unit. Maybe in the future they'll go more in depth. Well, they got to. They've got to go more in depth because they've got shit from Flashpoint to deal with. They got shit from Injustice to deal with. They've got all this stuff to deal with. They've got to do more in depth in the future, or else they're just going to look stupid. I mean, that's just the way it is. But anyway, continuing on, talking about going through a storage unit and finding some of my old games. I was actually able to complete some of these old games. For the first time, a reboot of the DC film sounds like a good idea. They haven't even been doing it long enough to reboot it. That'd just be starting over again. Although I did like Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad was pretty good. But I managed to find a lot of my old games. These are, for the most part, complete. Aside from a few here and there. Anybody that knows me knows I am a huge Mega Man fan. Mega Man 2 is the game that got me into video gaming. Watching Bubbleman stage, and my brother and I were born years apart. My brother's 14 years older than I am. So I grew up watching him play Mega Man 2 on the NES on an old CRT TV. I don't even remember what brand it was, but I just remember it was a small CRT TV. You know, those ones that every 90s kids had because that's all they could afford. Yeah, those things. Small, teeny tiny 13-inch TVs. I remember being just amazed by the graphics and the sound and the colors. Oh god, the colors of Mega Man 2 is so great. So, me growing up, I bought a lot of the Mega Man games. And I actually found some of my classic Mega Man games that I played on the handhelds, and that was Mega Man Extreme. This one's actually missing the book. I was very, very disappointed I couldn't find the book to it. Sucks, but I did find it. Or did not find the book, but I found the box at least. This goes for a fair bit, like 40-50 bucks complete. I need to get another copy of it, just so I can get a book and turn around and resell it. But yeah, that was nice to find again. It's actually a kind of like a hodgepodge of the original Mega Man X games. It pulls from like all of them, all of the original 3. I think it pulls a little bit from 4, such like that. It was really good. I liked it. I mean, it's a Game Boy Mega Man. How can you go wrong? I mean, really, I don't recall there actually being a bad Mega Man game on the Game Boy. Really liked it. Then you had Mega Man 2, which was everything of the same, but done better. It was more in depth, it had a lot cooler stuff in it, and you got to play as Zero. Who doesn't like playing as Zero on Mega Man games? I mean, really? Really? Who doesn't? Zero's so much fun, because he just walks up and just stabs and slashes people. So, I mean, this is really good. It's the same premise. It pulls from pretty well all the Mega Man games. Really like it. It's really cool. I found my Mega Man Battle Network 2 box and book. Really like the Mega Man Battle Network series. 2 took everything of 1 and just made it better. Really liked it. You got differing armors in it, as you can see on the back of it. I actually beat this one. Beat 1, 2, and wasn't ever able to beat 3. But this actually goes for a fair bit complete. It's like over $100 complete, which surprises the hell out of me because this game's common as hell. But one of the ones I was really, really proud that I've still got complete. I mean, it's got everything. It's got the book. It's got the. I'll actually pop it open. I don't have the game in it. I've got the game in a different place because I don't like opening these very often. I'm afraid I'll actually damage them. But I was actually able to. This one is 100% complete. I mean, it's got the book, the little precautions book that these came with, and a little Game Boy Advance booklet. And the game is actually sitting in one of my little totes over there, where I keep all the rest of my handheld stuff. It's really neat. I was really glad to find this again because the Mega Man Zero franchise, I really enjoy. Especially considering it's after the original Mega Man series. And anybody that knows me, any at all, seen me very much, knows that I enjoy tragedies. That's the reason why I like, one of my favorite animes is Rurouni Kenshin. Because it's such a tragic story. Hamlet. Hamlet is a tragedy. Shakespeare, man. Freaking love it. I love tragedies. I always have. And so this is about him after everything of X. He's locked away and sealed, and the first opening screen of it is him sitting there destroyed until one of the cyber elves comes, when they actually find his body and revive him. I mean, it's just so sad. And one I need to stream sometime. I don't think I've known very many people to stream this game. So yeah, there's that. And I also really love the old school stuff. So I was glad to actually able to find this. The original Castlevania, the Game Boy Advance, re-release of it, the classic NES series. It's 100% complete as well. And it was really cool to have this as a kid and be able to take Castlevania anywhere, because I love Castlevania. That was another game that I enjoyed when I was a child. Used to sit and watch my brother play it. So I was really happy to find it again. Actually, I'll put these back up here where they go. And continuing on that thought, I got 3 more for you. Now, some of the older kids probably remember the Super Nintendo. You know, that thing that they've re-released as a mini classic. Ooh, pardon me. That people are going absolutely bonkers about. That scalpers are creaming their pants over because they're making money hand over fist from them, because they're buying them at $80, they're reselling like 150. Dicks. I hate scalpers. Anyway, so you got that going on. But, well, only one of these is featured on it. But I was glad to actually find these again. Actually in really good shape. X-Men Mutant Apocalypse. Yeah. Paid $9.95 for it back in the day. Actually worth a fair bit now. But, I mean, it's like worth like $50 complete. Which my copy is not in perfect shape. They did funky shit with the manual. But this is a really good game. It's kind of got Street Fighter-esque controls to it. With side-scrolling beat-em-up. I mean, it's right on 2D plane. It's not like Streets of Rage or anything like that. It's a straight-up 2D. Walk across the screen, beat something up for a second, and keep going. It's a little better than that. It's actually got some really nice graphics. I've played through this and beat it. It's really freaking hard. Especially that first little bit of it, where you got to pick a character, do their stage, and continue on. Because if you wind up wiping on one of the characters, you get a game over. And that's one of the few gripes I have about it. But once you get past that, where you've actually got multiple lives, the game gets a lot easier, and it's really fun. I mean, it's really, really pretty. I need to do a stream of this sometime. Really good. Then found my copy of. I was actually able to complete my copy of Super Castlevania 4. And this game is, oh my god, good. Unless you've been living under a rock, you know there's a lot of YouTubers, Twitch streamers, and people like that call this the quintessential Castlevania. This is the Castlevania that everybody loves. Because it's kind of a redo of the original, kind of like a reboot, but yet it's its own game. And what's interesting about my copy, I didn't know it at the time, This is actually a second printing. See, the original version of it has a full color manual with some Nintendo pamphlets in it and things like that. My copy, however, is a little different. This is the second release. There was a company, they don't really do much now, but a company called Majesco, they would take and re-release titles. They would re-release them with a black and white booklet. Me personally, I prefer the aesthetic of the black and white booklet. Don't know why, it's kind of neat to me. But I like it. And how you know this is a Majesco release as well is because it comes with a survey, a Majesco survey. So this is actually 100% period correct everything Super Castlevania 4 Majesco release, which I thought was really neat. So that's a kind of a little bit of trivia. And actually, Majesco did a fair bit back in the day. They re-released a lot of games, second printings. They also re-released the Sega Genesis, 3, and the Game Gear. The Game Gear was, when it was released by Majesco, it was very low print run. They're very rare and highly desirable. So if you see one cheap, grab it. Same thing for a Sega 3. I actually own a Sega 3. That's how come I know about it. My Sega 3 has not been turned on in many years because somehow or another I lost the hookups to it and I need to find them again. So if anybody has some Sega 3 hookups, hit me up. I mean, I'm not kidding. Hit me up and we'll work something out and I'll buy them off of you if you're wanting to let go of them. So that's a thing. Just private message me or something like that. So I really would like to get that little thing working again because I really liked my Sega 3 as a kid. Now, this was one of the big finds that I found. I did not realize I still had it. Even in acceptable condition, this thing is worth a lot. Just the box. Mega Man X3 was such a low print run, and it used a special chip in it. I can't remember what chip it was. The C4 graphics chip. Sorry, I had to look actually on the back of the box. It allowed it to do kind of pseudo 3D graphics. So one, the chip was expensive. And this came out on the very tail end of the life cycle. So that being said, this thing is extremely rare. My copy is not complete. I'm missing a book. I'm afraid to go on eBay to try to find one for fear of getting a fake and getting gypped. But I have an original cartridge of it, and I have this. This is actually my original that I had when I was a kid. And yeah, I would actually like to complete it one day, but it's going to be expensive and I don't feel like paying $100 for a game manual because that's about what they run. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. So yeah, I was glad to actually find that again. Continuing on, I'm getting a little bit more to more interesting stuff. A buddy of mine, Leo, goes by the username of Leo Axton. He owns what is called Weaver Forge. It's his eBay store. He goes around and purchases video game memorabilia, things such as that. And he was roaming around, and in his great and many travels, he managed to find me some Neo Geo Pocket Color games. Now, fortunately for me, I own a Neo Geo Pocket. And the ones that he found are some of the more desirable games on the system, and actually he cut me a pretty good deal on it. This one is not super expensive, but it's nice to have just because of how odd it is. This is actually, they're a little hard to get out of the cases sometimes. This is actually Sonic the Hedgehog Pocket Adventure. Now you're going, well, why is Sonic pre-fall of Sega on a console other than a Sega console? I mean, that doesn't make sense, right? I mean, this thing came out before the fall of the Dreamcast. Well, the thing is, back in the day, Sega had a partnership with SNK. So SNK released a few, very, very few, I think this is like one of like 2 or 3 games that was released for the Neo Geo Pocket line that they had. So they released this on the Neo Geo Pocket. And it's kind of a neat bit of history. So I was actually kind of glad to get that. The next one, this game is actually pretty rare. I mean, a English release of it. This is SNK Gal Fighters. I don't know if you can really see it, but SNK Gal Fighters. And what's really neat about this, one, it's a really rare game for the console, and it's all of SNK's Babe fighters. There's not a single male in this. So, I mean, if you like stuff like that, there it is. But this game's like, it's expensive. I looked at a few copies of it. It was like 80, 90 bucks for the cartridge itself. That's how rare this game is. So I was ecstatic to pick it up. The next one I'm going to butcher the title of. I know I am, but it is called, let me get it out of here. It is actually called Feceli, or at least that's the general pronunciation from what I can gather. This is a mech game in the vein of Front Mission 4, or the Front Mission series, not necessarily Front Mission 4. It's a mech strategy game. Really cool idea. It's really odd to see. It's a kind of a strange beast for Neo Geo, because Neo Geo is known for having arcade games and things of that nature, not anything that really requires a lot of thought. But I mean, this is actually, I played a fair bit of it when I got it the other day. Actually broke out my Neo Geo Pocket and sat and played it, and it's pretty good. It's got a weird control scheme and all like that, but it's actually pretty intuitive once you figure it out. But yeah, that one's worth about the same as Gal Fighters right now. I was very, very, very fortunate to run across this, and very, very fortunate to have a friend like Leo who cut me a hell of a deal. So I was glad to pick those up. I was actually at a local game store and I managed to find these. And these things are considerably older than I am, but they are nonetheless cool. See, the first video game console that was ever released was known as the Odyssey. So, and it done fair. So naturally, what did they do? They released a thing called the Odyssey 2. And it's around that time of Pong consoles and the Atari 2600, you know, those days before the big video game crash. And they released the sequel to the Odyssey, known as the Odyssey 2. And I managed to find these at a video game store around here, and it's really cool, because these are all 100% complete. Now granted, they're in varying condition, but they are nonetheless neat. I mean, these are so old, when I was trying to inventory them, I had to input them manually, because there is no barcode on these whatsoever. That's how old they are. This actually came out in 1979. So it's really cool. I managed to get hockey and soccer, alpine skiing, baseball, volleyball, and Cosmic Conflict. Can you name any more generic than that? Cosmic Conflict? But anyway, these actually have graphics very, very akin to kind of like a Coleco or a Television. They're a step above like an Atari 2600. I don't actually own an Odyssey 2. I would like to find one. If anybody knows or is selling one, let me know. Preferably complete and in decent shape. I would actually like to own one. Possibly stream it with me and some of my buddies and have a little bit of fun with it, because I think it'd be hilarious to go back that far into video gaming. I mean, this is going back into the dark ages of gaming. Medieval times, man. Medieval times. And I don't mean the restaurant. But yeah, I was very, very happy to find those. Very, very cool. I only gave like $5 a pop for them. They were, to me, I know they don't hold much more value than that because of how old they are. They're not that desirable. But to me, they held the world's weight in gold. They were well worth $5 a piece for me. And they look like, some of them didn't even look like they'd been played. So I was very, very happy for them to go to my collection. So that was really cool. I've actually been getting Vita games here as of late as well. Picked up Dragon's Crown. This is a 2D beat 'em up, kind of like Streets of Rage or Final Fight or something like that, but very akin to the Dungeons and Dragons arcade games. So it's really neat. Dead ass on the Amazon though. Oh yes, dead ass. Then I actually watched the anime to this. I've been trying to collect the games. The Danganronpa series. I've got Trigger Happy. Sorry. Keep forgetting mirror effect when I'm looking at my XSplit screen. Trigger Happy Havoc, Danganronpa, and Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. Yeah, that's what it was. Managed to pick both of these up for relatively cheap. And no, none of these have the manual. Can we get physical release manuals again? For the love of God. I hate that. I have not seen a video game have manuals yet, and it pisses me off. Because I like having my manuals. But yeah, there's that. Then, moving on. Let's see what else we got real quick before we get to the good stuff. Some of you have been seeing my stream for Evil Within 2. Really, really good game. I've been saying it's far better than the first one. Been having a blast with it. It's spooky as hell. I mean, it's freaking anxiety fuel, and I love it. This is one of the few games that has actually scared me. Well, not really scared me, but spooked me. Because just walking around and going, what the hell is that? Plus, it's got the same psychological effect as Alan Wake does. That uneasy fear of the unknown. You don't know what's going to be waiting across the next corner, and it's really good. I've really liked it so far. Deeply enjoyed it. As you can tell right here, my case is broken. This is not due to me breaking it. It is due to Amazon shipping it in a very, very, very thin packaging material. it arriving at my doorstep, and I open it out of the package, and it is broken. I've just decided what to do is I'll just take one of my lesser PS4 games and put this in it, just so I can preserve it and actually be in a better case. But if you do order anything from Amazon, the reason why I ordered it off of Amazon was because I'm a Prime member, and I got it a little cheaper. I got like $10 cheaper than what you normally would. Instead of paying $60, I paid $50. That's the reason why I got it. And also same day delivery, or same day as release delivery, and that keeps me from having to go out on the day that's released, because I work through the week and most games are released on Tuesdays and Fridays. And yeah, so it wound up at my doorstep broken all to shit, and I was not amused and complained to Amazon. Never heard anything back. Dicks. So there's that one. One more really cool game. As you can tell by the art style, I like old school anime art, old hand-drawn art. Really enjoy it. Really cool game. This is the Japanese release. I would like to get an actual NTSC U release, but those are expensive to complete, and this was a lot cheaper. And I own a Retron, and I'm going to try to get the patch for it to where I can actually play it in English. So yeah, life hacks, I know, right? So there's that. And yeah, that's pretty much it, aside from, well, you know how I was thinking about getting that Nintendo Switch earlier? Yeah, already got it. This is really neat. I would recommend it. I would wholeheartedly recommend it if it wasn't for one thing. This is full game download. Now, you people that are embracing the digital age, this won't be a big deal to you. You will probably embrace it with open arms. That's you, that's fine, that's great, groovy, awesome, whatever. I'm not one of those people. I don't like full game downloads. Not a big thing for me. I do not enjoy it. I was actually talking with one of my fans on YouTube. One of the guys that subscribed to me, and I subscribed to him, talking about the full game release being download. I do not agree with it. Do not like it. I understand it from a business standpoint, but I do not like it. Not everybody can download a full game like that. But I mean, overall, aside from that, you're getting a nice case with it for free. You're getting some special edition Joy-Cons. It's the only way you can get these Joy-Cons in this color. They do sell some red ones. They're like a lighter red. If you want the actual Mario red, you've got to get this, as well as this special case. You've got to get this version of it. Now, I was very fortunate that my buddy who sold this to me already had a copy of it. So what I did, I asked him, I was like, hey, you want my digital game download, and I will trade you that for your physical copy. Fortunately, he bit, and I got a physical copy of the game. Wouldn't you know it? No manual. Same trend here. I do not like it. But yeah, that's pretty well it of my pickups. I've really... it seemed like the beginning of the month I wasn't picking up a whole lot, then all of a sudden it's just boom, shit everywhere. Not a bad thing. I've actually really enjoyed this month. The things I've managed to find, the things I've gotten for my stream. Namely this camera. This camera looks so much better. But yeah, thank you to everyone. This is the part where I'm going to get to my channel update. As far as my scheduling will be, about got it worked out what I'm going to be doing, when I'm going to be streaming things. I will be streaming Monday mornings, anywhere from like 3 a.m. on Monday to 5 in the morning start time. Then I will generally stream until about 7:30 or 8 in the morning. Then Tuesday mornings, I will be streaming at about 5 in the morning start times when I usually try to get started. Then I will end about 7:30 or 8 in the morning. Wednesdays I am off. I will not be streaming anything like that because I do not. It gives me time to actually do stuff for my channel. It gives me time to edit. It gives me time to upload things. It gives me time to make thumbnails, do things like inventory, straighten my game room up, things like that. Thursday mornings, about 5 till about 8 in the morning, I will be streaming. Friday mornings, I will not be streaming, or Friday mornings will be kind of like a float, just in case I have to go into work early on a Friday. I will either be streaming on Friday morning, or I'll be streaming on Saturday morning. Those are kind of my float days. I will not be streaming on Saturdays or Sunday mornings. So, I got a pretty well full week to catch me. I will be completing Evil Within soon. I know I'm getting towards the end of it. I would like to finish that game because I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I will also be doing more Gundam related streams, some older Gundam videos, things like that. Like Gundam Journey to Jaburo, I'm going to be playing it here before long. Encounters in Space, things like that. I'm also going to be doing my Gunpla building here soon. I'm going to dedicate that to one day. It'll probably be like Tuesday mornings or something like that. So things such as that I will be doing as far as my scheduling. As far as like my growth, you guys have helped me tremendously. YouTube, we were at, I think, 3 subscribers at the beginning of this month. We were up to 12. I know this does not sound like big astronomical numbers to you, but it's a sign of growth. I mean, that's a big upturn in growth, and I like that. I'm a guy that's always looking forward. As long as I'm gaining ground, I don't care. Even if I'm gaining just a modicum of ground, I don't care. Even a modicum of a modicum of a modicum. So we have 12 on YouTube. Twitch, including the guys that subbed tonight, or that followed tonight, thank you guys. That brings us up to 38 on Twitch. We were at, I think, 28 at the beginning of this month. Twitter, I'm up to 30. Was it like 12, I think, at the beginning of the month? Which I don't know what happened. My channel must have ate some Wheaties or something, and we just exploded on Twitter. More than doubled what we had. And I thank everybody on that for actually following me on there. Facebook, up to 62. Facebook has kind of dropped off, but I would still like people to like there. I'm constantly posting neat stuff there. Not really any donations this month. That doesn't really bother me any at all. Donations are never a requirement here. Don't feel that you have to if you're watching. It's just something I can use to buy equipment, make the stream better for you guys, because this is a hobby for me, but this is also for you. So, and this is me saying thank you guys this month for everyone that has liked, follow, and subscribe to me. Thank you so much. You do not understand how much it means to me. Also, yeah, that's pretty well it as far as channel growth and things like that. It's getting better. It's becoming a thing. It's actually starting to take form. I'm fixing to start doing some edited videos and start doing some experimental stuff. Some kind of video game analysis, some life analysis. Life analysis stuff would be kind of like, I hate to use the term, but vlogs a little bit. A little bit of philosophy here and there. Things that I've seen in life and things like that. That will be in a whole different playlist away from my video game related stuff. And if you like, I would like to see some people down in the comments, see what they think. I don't mind debating if you can have a good civilized debate with me. I don't care if you just blow me out of the water with your point. I don't care. I don't mind. I like the idea of it. I like mental stimulation. So if you would like to have a debate with me sometime, find me on the comments on one of my videos when I release one of those. But yeah, this is the point where I'm going to do my little outro spiel. If you are currently watching this on Twitch, click the follow button. You'll see it pop up plain as day. Whoever's watching, whoever's followed, like the people that did a while ago. Thank you to anybody that's followed tonight. Also, if you are watching this from YouTube, click subscribe. There should be a little bell right there so you can double subscribe, I guess is how it works. Click it so you can get notifications of when I'm on and what videos I've released. Also, if you are interested in the Richard Gallows channel, new and interesting things I've seen and I've found, click like on Facebook. Same thing with Twitter. Another thing about Twitter, as of right now, I am currently running a poll on Twitter. Find me on there. I have pinned to the top of my profile. It is how you can vote to see which Gundam model of the ones that I have shown here, and a couple of extra ones, to see which one of those you would like to see built on stream. I'm leaving it up to you guys, so just pick whichever one you want. Let me know. It'll be running for 7 days. Find it, check it out. Also, my Twitter, find me on there. All this stuff is under Richard Gallows. If you're watching this on Twitch, there's buttons down below. Click one of them, it'll take you directly to wherever you want to go. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. If you're watching this from YouTube, there's links on there, but if you would like, go to Facebook, type Richard Gallows. YouTube, find me on there. Twitter, whatever, just type in Richard Gallows. Okay? Find me on there. You would not believe how much that helps me. And yeah, as always, it's not a requirement to donate. If you feel the need and you would like to help me out, and that way I can do more stuff like this, keep expanding my game room and playing games for you. I'm going to be doing requests here soon. I'm going to get everything up and ready for that. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. thank you for yet another month of growth for the channel and appreciating it. So, as always, guys, from the bottom of my heart, take it easy.